Welcome to the Honorable Partner Podcast. I'm your host, Ben Kosterky. This is my co-host, Nick Rustler. He founded Honorable Pest Control. Today we've got Phil with 360 Painting. Thanks for coming on.
Absolutely.
Um,
I guess we're just gonna do a podcast, huh?
we
Jumping
have
right
to
into it.
introduce
Okay.
the viewers
Okay.
so that they can follow it clearly. But yes, so we're building partnerships. Are you partnered with anybody right now?
To do kind of like door knocking and stuff like that. Is that what you mean? Or
I guess, yeah. Not necessarily door knocking, because we don't door knock either yet. We're going to in time.
No, the only partnerships I have are more like just referral partnerships with people in my B&I group, but no one in the pest control industry.
Have you been seeing a pretty high ROI from BNI?
Yeah. It's kind of hit or miss depending on what group you're in. So like my wife's in a group that isn't really producing a whole lot. So she's probably not going to renew. So she's my production manager. But I'm in a group that's been doing gangbusters. So you just got to find a group that has like,
Is this still BNI, the one that's popping off for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a different branch.
Different. Yeah. Each one has a different chapter. So, so I'm in a chapter that, is doing really well. You gotta, find ones with different trades. That's usually the best,
referral source.
Yeah. Different trades, people referring each other, handymen, contractors, that kind of thing.
Have you been to the one in Taylor?
No, I haven't been that far. No.
I mean, I don't know if you want to take on jobs there, but I went there a few times to visit.
Mm-hmm.
If we do one, I would probably do that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna visit some more though and see what's up and all.
Yeah, that's a good thing when you can, like when I first started, I visited probably like 6 or 7 different chapters because our territory spans pretty much all Livingston and Washtenaw County. So I went to a few different ones that didn't have painters already. And this is the one I like the best. I'm in the one in Chelsea.
Okay.
Where is the one in Chelsea at?
They meet at the Chelsea State Bank there on Main Street.
Okay.
Right in downtown.
I live in Jackson.
Okay. Yeah, I think there's a good chapter in Jackson, I heard.
I've never been.
Yeah.
I did not compete in Jackson for a while.
Okay.
So that's why I didn't. But the company I worked for is a part of that.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Oh, so I shouldn't visit there?
Go ahead.
I was going to go there. I was actually going to go there this morning, but I had I shifted stuff around because I'm going there.
Well, I think theirs is virtual though.
Oh, okay. Then it would have been a waste of time.
Well, if you want to come and visit, I'm happy to, have you come and visit our chapter. We meet on Friday mornings at 7 a.m. at that Chelsea State Bank building. But and then you have to register as a visitor in advance. But you can visit twice without joining, and then you can check out a few other ones around. But I don't see a lot of pest control businesses in BNI. Like I said, I visited quite a few, and my brother-in-law's one up in Howell. That's a huge one up there, actually. But I don't know how far away. I don't know how far your territory extends. But
we're in Howell.
Yeah.
I do Washtenaw, Jackson, and Lansing.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll have you text me the info for that after this.
Yeah.
And I'd be happy to visit it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was great. I mean, I've brought a few people into the chapter and they're all happy.
Well, you probably can sell it better too when you've been like, I've been to a bunch. This one's the one I like the most.
Yeah, and you can just feel the difference. If you go to a few and then you come to ours, you'll notice that people are really, go out of their way to promote each other's businesses. It's not just, someone comes up to you, hey, do you happen to know a painter? They're like actively like, oh, hey, it looks like your house needs painting. I got a guy to, so they're like an extension of your sales force if it's done right.
So we're doing some partnerships.
Okay.
It's not exactly BNI. Mm-hmm. Something to showcase the concept.
Okay.
Well, just getting popcorn?
Yeah, there's some in my bag there.
Just figured out how to do this too, Nick.
Oh.
You don't even... Okay, perfect. So, we're doing a few different things with partnerships, but we're leaning into partnerships really heavily for 2026. But one of the things we're going to do is we already hand out popcorn with every service
to
homeowners. Just as like, that reaction right there is what our homeowners feel. It's like, oh, wow, that's never gotten popcorn from my home service provider. That's awesome.
But the good thing with pest control is each technician can do 15 jobs a day.
Yeah.
So it's a high volume.
Yeah. And it's probably low material costs, assuming the chemicals and whatnot. That's the thing with painting is like, I'm spending 15% just on materials,
But we're in a lot of houses and our subscription is quarterly. So we hand this out with every service and we're partnering with local companies and we're going to do that and hand that out with the popcorn.
Nice.
Essentially to promote our partners.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just part of it. We're doing, there's more to it with our partners.
Are you going to have, I assume, industry exclusivity? So there'll be like one painter, one whatever.
We're trying to,
At least as far as what we're directly promoting with our technicians and who we're referring out when people ask us, it's going to be people we've sat down with, and then we're trying to do only one. We only need one. Like if it kind of depends. Like some companies, we sat down with an electrical company, they were booked out for 3 months. It's hard for us to partner with them.
Yeah.
Because they don't want more work.
Our business, our capacity is pretty expandable. Like we have, subcontractors we bring on more during the summer when we're busy.
Yep.
So you have like 7 different crews. Plus we have one guy that just, in addition, one guy that just specializes in epoxy garage floors, one guy who just specializes in cabinet painting. So there's specialists that in addition. We have like a flooring guy, so we can definitely expand, within.
So you do all aspects of painting.
Yeah,
I guess the 360 makes sense,
right? Yeah, so we do interiors, exteriors, we stain decks, we do a lot of wood replacement for exteriors. A lot of like if they have rotten wood. In fact, we did a house this summer where it was, I don't know if you know what T111 siding is. Like really bad material, building material from the 70s or whatever. So we actually did one house where half of it was rotten, which we resided this guy's whole house. We had to rebuild entire chimneys. When we take off the first layer, it's rotten underneath. So we can do pretty extensive carpentry work on the exteriors. We also do a lot of like drywall repairs. We partner with a few other water restoration companies where they do like the flood cutting, and we'll come in and and patch all the drywall. And then
have you talked to Restoration One in Ann Arbor?
I have not. There is 1-800 water damage. As a guy was in my BNI group,
Kevin
Kroll.
We're gonna sit down with him.
Yeah, he's a great guy. So he was my BNI group, and now I got another guy who's from Voda. Is like I don't know if you've heard of those guys. But his name's Will Bornheimer. He's actually a neighbor of mine, or was.
Oh, okay.
So that's how I got the connection. So he just started this Voda franchise, and they do water restoration, and they also do cleaning. Like carpet cleaning.
Do you want? I can introduce you. I don't know if they do. I don't know what their system looks like, but I'm happy to introduce you to Restoration One.
Sure,
we just sat down with them.
Yeah, I see them around a lot.
Yeah, they're big. I don't know. I think they do $1.5 million or something. Something around town.
Yeah, because those guys are good partners for us, just because they're always cutting stuff. The same thing with like HVAC and or electricians. People are actually plumbers that are cutting holes in walls, and they don't want to go back and patch them
actually do that a lot with Hornets.
Yeah,
we've cut into several ceilings, so they'll make a nest on the inside of the behind the drywall.
Oh yeah.
And if they want the nest removed, we're ripping it out.
Yeah.
So we can leave somebody like you leave your info.
That or like animals ripping off siding. Like that's big, right?
Yeah.
If they do have T111, you can post
we see a lot of things that get chewed up down your garage doors and
So the other side of this that we're doing that like not very many companies are even trying to do partnerships like this. I don't know why not. Like to me, it makes perfect sense. But the other thing we're doing is we are texting our entire client list. Hey, we've partnered with XYZ company. They've given us an exclusive discount. And then we give our clients a discount.
Oh, that's cool.
And then you can do the same with your list. So that's our goal right now. We're trying to do 100,000 texts by January. We want those locked and loaded, and we'll text them all by the end of January. But 100, it's really powerful marketing.
Yeah.
Texts are nobody's doing this for one, so it's very unique, but everybody reads their texts. And when we can send out 100,000 to 100,000 homeowners.
So these are people who are your customers?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So it would be like, hey, this has been with Honorable Pest Control. We just partnered with 360 Painting. We got an exclusive discount. If you need anything painting related, give them a call at 734-XYZ.
Yeah.
And then you would do the same with your clients. The other thing we are doing is we're giving, if you're going to promote our business, we want to compensate you. So we're giving you
$75. They do $75 per conversion.
Yeah, I was going to ask because I've heard I don't have that kind of partnership with anyone now, but I know I've thought about doing that where you kind of like pay per lead kind of a thing.
We're trying to just build something.
Not lead. We just want to pay
per conversion.
Per conversion.
Like if you would sell like, hey, whatever, like we're trying to pay 10%. Like if you want to do 10%, cool. Yeah. But we're like we're not trying to do something where, hey, to do this, it's $1,000. It's like, no, hey, if this works, like there's pushing leads back and forth. Hey, when we convert, we pay you. When you convert, we pay. It's just but everybody just wants to do, hey man, it's do like $3,000 and just make people do it. Like, no, like who would want to do something like that?
A lot of like, I think BNI makes sense if you do it right. But even their offer is like, you're going to pay everything up front, take a bunch of risk, and it might not give you a return.
Yeah, they have like money back guarantee thing. You got to jump through all their hoops, and you got to have so many like one-on-ones and so many CEs like educational credits. So most people it's the fine print. I don't know if it's ever collected on that. That's it. Like I've never had BNI is a good investment, but it also involves a lot of your time.
You can't miss 3. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, you got to show up every week for an hour or hour and a half or whatever, and usually first thing in the morning. Yeah. So that's the part that gets you. But like it's like $1,000 or whatever now, or maybe a little bit more a year. So for me, I mean that's tough for some people. Like we have people in our group that are like Mary Kay Cosmetics, and like when you have like a small transaction size like that, it's a little bit harder to justify. But for me, my average job size is like $5,000. So, you
get one job and you're pretty much there.
Yeah, so it makes ton of sense for me. It's just more about the time commitment, but that's how you build the relationships, and and that's why they do it, I guess.
Well, it obviously works because it's a big thing. But the idea with like we're sitting down with companies and it's like we have a lot of people trying to do this because it's you risk nothing, you get paid, like we're just gonna all just be successful.
Yeah,
there's no risk to anything.
Not only that, this gives you so much more exposure too. Yeah. Not only because are you doing follow-ups on your own list?
Not really. I mean, we have our CRM system allows us to kind of send email campaigns and things. So our franchise will do some of that on our behalf, but I haven't done a lot of it on my own.
That might be an issue then.
Yeah, the only thing I do is like at the end of the exterior season, we usually send a message out mostly to people who've done estimates for that didn't convert. Yeah. Hey, last call for exteriors, or hey, if you want to pre-book with us for the spring, we'll give you a discount. Yep. That kind of thing. So I do that more strategically, but I don't do like a regular email campaign like I should probably.
Is there anything from the franchise level stopping you from texting your clients?
No, they don't. That's one of the disappointing things about my franchise. They don't do a lot with texting. So anything I do texting wise, I have to do myself.
Well, it's actually,
but in this case,
if we do this, you'll see better results because your list won't be burnt out.
Yeah.
So they haven't been.
No, this is email only that they do marketing right now.
Yeah, So how many contacts do you have?
I'd have to look. So I'd say just kind of ballpark. So I'm probably going to close the year at like 1.7 million, average job size of 5,000. So it's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of probably 340, 350 actual finished jobs. And then multiply that times 3 with like our close rate, and you'll probably, so you're over 1,000 per year.
Yeah.
And so we've been doing this for 3 years. Obviously, we weren't that size. I don't know, probably 2,500, 3,000, something like that. Those are contacts of people who we've actually done estimates for. Actually, probably even more if you think about all the leads that we've gotten. These they don't convert every lead to an estimate. So
do you have a database of all the leads?
Yeah, it's all in our CRM system. Some of them,
so it might be closer to 5,000-7,000.
Yeah, I was going to say when they converted to this new CRM system, but it was only like a few months after we launched. So I think anything in this system would probably be pretty comprehensive.
So, let me grab my phone. So we're trying to run 100,000 texts based off what we've seen with smaller campaigns and the people who taught us to do this marketing play. We're shooting for a 1% conversion, which is fairly modest based off of so we're in a mastermind group, kind of like a painting thing for pest control. And they teach this play.
Interesting.
But our goal is to convert 1% on the 100,000. which is 1,000 sales. Our yearly ticket is 780. So we'll add almost $1 million just from this play alone.
Wow.
So that's why every time we bring it up to our partners, we're like, why don't we all just like run this together?
I don't know if I don't if I should say the name. There's another painting company that tried to do something like this in the
Really?
area. Yeah, where they created their own. I don't know if it's exactly like what you guys are doing, but they created their own group.
Yeah.
So they got, they're a painting company, but they got a bunch of different trades. And if you go to like home shows, you'll see them together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do they do texting and stuff like that too? Or
no?
That's the angle that,
Sure.
like, there's no reason not to do it.
Yeah. I don't know. I've heard from some of their partners that it's more benefits them, the painting company, more than it benefits their partners. I don't know, but you'll see them around. I don't know. Should I say their name? I don't know if I'm.
I don't care.
Yeah. So McFarland, I think it's called Home
Okay.
Pros or something like that.
Okay.
Is their group, but you'll see them in all the home shows.
I've talked to the owner of McFarland.
Yeah, he's a big player in the industry. I think they're probably at least over $5 million in sales,
Okay.
5 or 6 million. He's been around for a while. They're out of I want to say Livonia, but they've made some big inroads in this area.
They don't have an office in Ann Arbor?
Not that I know of. If you Google it, it says they do.
Yeah.
But it's in the middle of like a cemetery or something. Like it's not
Okay.
like a real office. Yeah, because I Googled it before. But I know there's a local rep that lives in the area. I think near Chelsea or something like that. So I think he's actually Dexter has like they had a BNI group in Dexter, and then they broke away during COVID. So now it's something else. I think they're members of that group, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they got, Dexter does these Christmas trees with their Chamber of Commerce. So we got one. You decorate them starting tomorrow, and then they're gonna, they sell you basically a Christmas tree.
Who was it might have been, because I think I saw your wife at one of the groups.
Okay.
I think she was saying that you guys were doing that.
Yeah. So we're doing it, but I think McFarland has a tree, and then another painting company has a tree. So that's the only
competition.
We're a little.
Just make sure you get the biggest one.
I know. Unfortunately, they provide the trees, so you can't. You just gotta decorate it better. I guess.
Gotta go the most wild decoration.
Yeah. But yeah. So they're trying to. They're participating. They're making some pretty big plays in this area.
Okay.
So 1.7 in 3 years. That's a lot of growth.
Yeah. We our year one we're about 680,000, which is more than the average 360 owner does.
How many is there?
About 130, 140 franchisees. So we did great out of the gate, and then in year two we added a second territory, which was the Livingston County, basically. We brought on my brother-in-law who lives in Howell, so he does that kind of help Brighton all the way over to like Novi, basically. And then we basically doubled our business in year two. We got to about 1.3 million, and then this year we're probably going to end at about 1.7, 1.8 million. It's been a lot of growth, and my goal this year was to double my business from previous year. The only reason why I didn't is because I didn't have enough time to do all the commercial stuff, because I want to really expand in the commercial space as well. And that just takes a lot of time to do all the estimates and bids and and the takeoffs on the drawings and everything. So I wasn't really staffed to allow me to do that. So
what's been the secret?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm just following the franchise model. Investing in marketing is a big one. I know a lot of people, once they get to about $500,000 in sales, they take their foot off the gas and like, I don't really need to spend 10% of my revenue in marketing anymore. And they're kind of looking more at the profit side of things, but they do that too soon. So we've continued to follow the model. We spend 10% in marketing, and some of that's in like local marketing like this. Some of it's digital, some of it's, lead aggregators. And so we kind of we don't put all our eggs into one basket. I know some people are like, I'm only doing social media marketing. I'm doing this digital, AI avatar, and that's so then they, but then that's all they have, or they only do lead aggregators or whatever. So, and then so we do a lot of networking and try to build relationships, and that's really helped us on the commercial side.
So commercial wise, are you trying to get into like apartment complexes? Are you trying to get in?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, because the term commercial is pretty loose. So I'm not necessarily, there's not a lot of money in like new construction or apartment turns. We do some things with different like assisted living or retirement kind of communities that there's a little more money in that.
So you're trying to do full building commercial?
Yeah. Like we did one up in Midland where we did the entire exterior of this huge facility. It was like a $50,000 job. So things like that. But when I talk about wanting to expand more into commercial, it's like the new construction stuff. Like we bid on that one apartment or a condo building in Dexter. I don't know if you guys have driven through that little tunnel there. It's like they're building that. We didn't get that one, but we got like a 7-Eleven. New kind of new construction. Like we mostly do repaint stuff, but new construction is an opportunity to expand more. And that doesn't have to be new construction. But like a lot of the Bed Bath & Beyonds obviously went out of business, and Joann, so like they're being replaced with things. So like being able to come in there and do that, for example, is what we're trying to do more of. And then with that kind of business, you're not tied. Like with our residential business, being a franchise, we're tied to certain zip codes and geographies. But when it comes to commercial, you can do anything. I know some guys that do like 3 states. There's an owner down south that does all the Krogers in the southeast. For example. So you kind of get those relationships, and you can have crews that are willing to travel for bigger jobs like that.
Oh yeah, Kroger, that'd be huge.
Yeah. But he used to work for Kroger, so I think he had a
hidden
in.
Yeah.
But yeah, so getting those kind of relationships. I know another owner that got in with like the CVS pharmacy, people and does their stuff, and he kind of reaches out to other 360 owners and tries to get them on board as well.
So what's the goal in 2026?
Yeah, working on our plan for next year. But I'd say it's kind of what I intended to do this year, which is do more commercial stuff. Okay. So we're bringing on more people to kind of help with the residential repaint side.
Yeah.
That would free me up to do more of the commercial stuff. So that's my goal. Just to continue to grow, and there's still so much opportunity, and especially our territory includes the kind of southwest corner of Oakland County, as well as the western edge of Wayne County, and we don't do a whole lot up there. Like there's a ton of money up in like Novi, Northville, barely scratched the surface there. So I think there's tons of opportunities to grow within our existing boundaries even. And then there's other services as well. This is not something I put a lot of thought into, but I've seen like locally Triple. Are you familiar with them? They're a big, pretty premium painting company based in the area, and they just added like pressure washing as like a whole nother business, just separate from their painting. So I think there's a lot of opportunities for strategic adjacencies to expand into
window washing.
I know our franchise was trying to push us to do Christmas lights, like holiday light.
Competition's going up for that.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad I didn't do it.
There's a lot of people that do Christmas.
Because last year it was like Shine, and then this year I've seen like 5, and make it even more challenging. They're going to more like permanent lighting. Have you heard of this?
Yeah.
So then I don't know how that model
the industry will die down.
So are you talking Shine Shack or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Shine Shack.
I think there's one other one named Shine.
Oh, okay.
I'm learning a lot because it's hard to get a hold of a lot of business owners because they're busy.
Yeah.
But we'll actually just stop in at their office and get to know them. That's how we found our biggest partners. So
I was gonna say Home Show's another good one. The problem is the guy that runs the local. So
Home Show through Bragg.
Yeah, the Bragg Home Show is the best one.
You're actually the second person today that's told me that's good.
Oh, that's an awesome one.
I actually turned it down because I didn't think it was worth it.
Oh, that one.
I was pitched it too, and I said I thought the same thing.
Yeah, I've done a bunch of them.
Yeah,
like because we had such success with that one, the Bragg one, that last year I looked at my ROI and all my marketing investment. It was by far the biggest. We not last year, but the year before, we had a great location, and I booked 55 estimates during the 3 days of the Bragg show.
Yeah, we need to figure that out.
Because I didn't do any of them do Bragg.
How many people go?
I don't know, but it's like when people go, they're there on a mission. It's not like. So I tried another. I expanded and did a bunch of other home shows this past. I only do the spring ones now because I tried. Novi has a huge one.
Okay.
At the Suburban Showcase or whatever they call it up there, but they do it 3 times a year, and I did it in October, and it was like no one's thinking about painting in October. Then I did it in January, and I got a lot of estimates, but it was a bunch of tire kickers. I was just kind of testing waters. Then I did the spring one, and that's where.
Spring has to be the best time.
For our industry.
It's got to be for pest control.
It's a lot. Yeah, a lot. Who was it? Somebody I just talked to. They had a friend that was a financial advisor for like a bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, people just straight up don't have money. in the holiday season.
Yeah, exactly.
He said that's why it's slow.
That's a good
is
point.
that people just don't have money.
I believe it.
They're in like
That's why we're not
credit
getting
card debt's
texting
the
until
highest.
after January.
Yeah.
Because we have a little mini rush. That's what we see is like there's a little mini rush for painting anyways. Right going into Thanksgiving because people want to fix up their homes for the holidays and everything, people coming over, holiday parties and things. And then there's nothing until tax returns start coming in, you know, and that's when people start having money to invest back in the house. There's like a dead period.
So spring's got to be the highest. Like if the snow's leaving, they're like, let's go. Let's fix our life up. Let's fix our property up.
A lot of people, especially older homeowners, that still have the mentality that when it used to be oil-based paint, where you couldn't do interior painting because you had to have windows open and air it out.
Now you have zero.
Now it's like zero VOCs, you know, and most of the paint are low VOCs, so it's not a big deal. But a lot of people still have that mentality. They want to wait even for interiors, and exteriors obviously you can't do until the spring. So yeah, we actually try to do like pre-booking as much as possible. So usually by the time we, you know, when we can start painting exteriors is usually around early May in this area. We probably already at least 4 weeks out, like pre-booked, you know?
Yeah.
So our goal is to get that even farther out.
Yeah.
Like I said, but the great thing about our model is we can expand our capacity. If we were like, you know, we're 8 weeks out, then we add on another crew and then we're
you have it systematized. Because we are actually running into an issue of people who cannot take on more work and we can't.
Yeah.
We're like, we want to send you a bunch of job. Like,
well, that's why you see a lot of trades aren't even in like B&I, for example. We're talking about like you don't see a lot of plumbers, you don't see a lot of electricians or HVAC because they're so busy, they don't need it. And a lot of painters, like we talked about, a couple of them that are local, like they have all W-2s, they don't do the subs, so then you're stuck. So you can't keep, if you hire too many people in the summer, then what are you going to do with them in the winter?
Yeah, okay.
And that's a big problem in our industry because then those, I'll call them the W-2 folks, they undercut us in price in the wintertime because they just need to cover their cost of their payroll, and then they're significantly undercutting. So a lot of times, especially with like lead aggregators, I'll go on these calls, they're like, oh, well, someone came in and they're, you know, 15% lower than you. I'm like, yeah, because they're just covering their costs.
What's a lead aggregator?
Oh, that's like an Angie, Thumbtack, Network. So
do you do a lot with those?
Yeah, they're really good when you're first starting out because you don't, have the online presence and your rankings aren't there and your reviews aren't there. So I still use them. I mean, they're still one of my kind of key lead sources.
Yeah.
They're usually pay like for a full exterior, maybe like $125 a lead. So
it's not bad.
Yeah. And then, but then, the quality isn't always the greatest. Like someone goes on there, hey, I'm interested in painting and they just want a price or they want you to do it virtually. Angie's changing their model. It used to be, when someone came in and they wanted a painter, they would spam it out to like 5 different painters.
Yeah,
and
that's what I've seen.
Rush to call the customer and they would, the customer was bad customer experience because they would get inundated with all these aggressive people that wanted to recoup their money. And then you got a lot of painters or the tradespeople were upset because then they're giving it to so many people. You were pretty much guaranteed.
But they would charge $50 per painter. Now they're making, they send it out to 7. They're making $350.
Yeah.
That's why they did it.
Exactly. Yeah. And then now you can double that. I think the average, lead cost for Angie is at least $100 for what I do. And I don't mess with like the 1-2 room things. I'm only paying for.
Do you do LSA?
Yeah. Google LSA is great. They expanded to painters a couple of years ago, the painting industry. It's great. There's just not a lot of leads through LSA.
How much per lead are you paying right now?
Gosh, for LSAs, maybe $50.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
But we get
30 to 50.
Yeah,
well, we get a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, we get.
It's probably
based off our growth right now, it's a decent amount.
Yeah, there's just not. I don't know why, but
what is your weekly budget?
Well, depends on like
mine set at 200,000 a week.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because if
but they only give you.
Oh, you mean for LSA as well?
Yeah,
I think I have it on. Yeah, basically unlimited. I mean, I'll take as many as they want to send
at that price.
There's not that many. That's the problem. So because I do pay per click as well, and that one's obviously a little more challenging because all the popular keywords are the ones that you have to pay. And you get this crazy
there's like a science behind it.
Oh yeah. So a digital marketing agency that kind of does
it all for you.
With the franchise, are they the digital marketing agencies?
No, but they have a partnership with one. So it's Scorpion. They're kind of a big digital marketing agency that do a lot of stuff with franchise companies. And so they created our website and they do all our SEO as part of our package. And that's that our royalties cover that. And then anything we want to do in terms of pay-per-click, LSAs, like social advertising, paid social, things like that. They'll do that all for us at a cost. So I pay them a certain fee every month to manage it, and then the media cost that goes along with it.
Do you like them?
Yeah, they're okay. Yeah.
So when I first started, I dropped about 45 grand on an agency. I made like 15 grand off it in 5 months. Well, that was a waste of time.
Yeah.
That's why I had to get into that mentorship. They taught me how to do everything else.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's nothing that they're doing that I couldn't do myself if I had enough time. And
that's the problem, though. Like,
Mm.
it's hard to have time to do everything, and we're even seeing that.
And I'm just not good at it.
Yeah. Well, and our biggest challenge, because I did look at other agencies, local agencies, to do some of this stuff. The problem is the way our model works is because Scorpion owns and manages, so to speak, our website. Any of the agencies I went to, they wanted to have control over your website because it's part of the SEO package and SEM and all this stuff. So their hands were tied. So they're like, well, we could do pay-per-click for you. I'm like, like I can, Scorpion will do that for me. So it's not, it was kind of an all or nothing kind of situation. And then I was paying for local, like social, like management, because our franchise will do national kind of posts on your socials. But so I got someone to do more local stuff, but it wasn't really helping because it was just posting and I didn't have that many followers. So what I'm looking to do now is to do something where I'm going to try to do more content creation, and then do campaigns and paid posts and boost it and stuff where I can, expand my audience,
We're doing that with podcasting actually a little bit.
Okay.
Where we can eventually, we're not necessarily doing it right now, but we can bring, it might even be our partners, but we'll bring them in. We'll do an actual sales podcast where we are generating sales content from you, the business owner. And then you can post that to all your social medias.
Yeah.
So it helps out ours and yours.
Yeah.
Another thing we're going to do too is one of our techs, Hayden, he's going to wear the VR glasses.
Oh, really?
Yeah. POV. So one of our partners up in Brighton, he's big this year into POV content.
Okay.
Of like first person showcasing crazy stuff. Like, what's the craziest headaches that you've dealt with?
Yeah.
Did you want coffee?
Yeah. I mean, we got some hang well. Thanks.
So that's like an angle, but it's all organic, and it's
I should share this video. One of our owners down in Jacksonville did this whole like AI like thing where it I don't remember what he called, but basically it created him in AI, and so he does all these great ads and he's I guess had a lot of great success with it too.
Because
then you can create a lot of content. I know other people who do the videos and stuff, but how many videos can you do a month? So
this
much.
Oh, thank you.
Do you want creamer or something?
Oh no, black's fine.
You get into a game of prioritization of like, you could do it, but you've got so many other angles you're hitting.
Yeah,
it's hard.
That's my biggest challenge. Is I just have to, I have to. My time is probably my biggest bottleneck right now, and that's why I didn't expand as much in commercial, because I just haven't had the time to. And it's like I'm paying for there's it's sort of like the lead aggregators for residential repaint. They have them for commercial as well, where the GCs go on and they look for subcontractors to bid on certain jobs that they bid on. The hit rate's a little bit low just because that GC may pick you as their painter, but they may not win that job, because they're competing with other GCs. So, so we pay for that. And then I pay for like a takeoff software to kind of help facilitate that process of getting the measurements and stuff off of drawings.
Have you thought about niching further?
So what do you mean by that?
He's trying to
I know,
but you're right.
So we work with apartment complexes right now. They've been a big part of our growth. We're gonna hit. Well, we already hit what? We just wrapped up year one recently.
Yeah.
400K year one.
430.
430. A lot of that was from our apartment complexes.
And we're dropping them.
We're dropping them all. They just offered us a $300,000 contract.
So you're dropping them because the money's not there?
So do you know McKinley Properties?
That sounds familiar.
They're everywhere. There's 26 locations here in Ann Arbor and Ypsi. Like 300 grand sounds like a lot, but there's a lot of callbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's ready when you're there. It's the property managers and the maintenance supervisors. Nobody's on the same page. So you go there and they'll be like, "Oh, we forgot to tell anybody."
Yeah,
and it's just a circle. Plus, when we have a tech go out, like, because we're trying to base our whole thing on quarterly treatments for houses, residential.
Mm-hmm.
And plus we'll do, like, I have all the polys, polys. Well, there's one right in Chelsea, right on Main Street.
Poly Market. Yeah. Right.
So I have all the polys. I have a lot of restaurants. We'll do like monthly treatment.
Yeah.
Where we can go in, be in there 20, 30 minutes, get out $150. Or residential wise, every time we go, it's a minimum $197. If we go to like a McKinley, it's $100 and you're there 2 hours. And you're talking $20 in chemical. Like it's no part of it is good.
Yeah, that's kind of the painting is with apartment turns.
Oh, dude, they're terrible.
Especially new construction. If you work with like bigger home builders like Pulte or whoever, this is what I hear. It's like you go in there, it's like bottom of the ladder in terms of pricing. So there's no real room for something like me as to pay a relatively bit worse. Then they want you to come back and do all the touch ups after all the other trades bang up the walls.
McKinley, I think they do a 2-bedroom for $350 paint.
So.
Like, there's no money in that.
Exactly. Well, that's what I found. Was like even on like high end apartments. The only time I've ever been able to make it work is with like senior living kind of centers when they have their turns, because they're willing to make a bigger investment. Obviously, their rent's gonna be a lot higher given all the other services, but and they care a little bit more about making it nice. But apartment turns and new construction is something I've like you said, you see the dollar amount, and you're like, wow, and it's recurring, but then you start getting in here like, I'm not making any money. And the worst part, like, it's the kind of thing I'd love to take on this time of year when we're slow, got idle capacity, but you can't just do it in the winter. Then all of a sudden in the summertime, none of my guys want to do it because they're like, I can make 3 times as much money painting that house as I can. So it's you gotta look at it. And usually when you get people to do that, that's all they do. Like I bought the 360 painting of Ann Arbor. I bought from a previous owner, and that's what he was doing before he turned it into 360, or he bought the franchise. He just did apartment turns, and there's a lot of that in Ann Arbor. You mentioned all the universities and IPSI.
Well, McKinley's 6,300 units.
Yeah,
they turn, and because it's mostly college, they turn. I think they said like 15-20% yearly. That's 1,000. That's 1,000 turns.
Yeah.
And it's but like all these people that move out, they don't inspect as if they're gonna move out, let's just say today, they don't, but they know 2 months ago, they don't send us in there to inspect to see if they have roaches. The people who come out, they'll start turning it, see they have roaches. They'll be like, hey, well, we'll send the painters in there. So they'll start painting the roaches into the walls for one. And then they'll be like, well, hey, we have someone moving in 3 days. Like, can you get rid of the roaches?
Yeah.
Or, hey, I have a guy coming in an hour.
Yeah.
Like,
see the place. Yeah.
So,
like, no, like moving in an hour. Like, well, can you get the roaches out? Like, no, it takes weeks.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But the long story short is that we're cutting them because
we're trying to
slowing us down.
Yeah.
Where we can, with residential, there's nothing stopping us operationally from doing 5,000 contracts next year. I mean, there's stuff stopping us, but it's easier it's copy and paste. The system is simpler for doing residential opposed to trying to tackle this messy beast.
Right. So so when I was coming in here, I was hoping one of the things you were going to say is that like we were talking about at the beginning about like kind of, maybe not door knocking, but like yard signs, door hangers. Like if you guys are going door to door anyways, what if you were to throw door hangers on there? What if you were to put yard signs up in some of the communities? Like, I would love to. I mean, like, if you guys were willing to partner on something like that, I'd love to have you guys give you guys a boatload of yard signs at door hangers. Just have you go and hang them in a neighborhood, and especially if I'm sure the neighborhoods I'm after are probably the same ones you're after.
Well, why can't we do like a half door hanger where it's half pest control, half you?
No, that's
and
what
we'll just
we would
split
do.
the cost or something.
Sure.
Or if the ROI makes sense, I don't know, but we can.
I like
we can
this
run
too.
through
Don't get
different
me
things.
wrong. I just because that's like I said,
because you're already doing. Are you already doing some of that now, or are you just trying to tap into that?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's literally, I know how effective it can be.
Yeah.
And like I said, I went through this painter growth kind of like training thing. It sounds kind of similar to your mastermind thing.
I'm sure it's
it was all like painters above $1 million that were in my group, and they're all investing a lot in doing this. And they'll just hire some local kids, go like they'll pick out neighborhoods. I go to this neighborhood, and then some of them are doing it more aggressively, like actual door knocking.
Yep.
Sometimes they'll go in and they'll actually have, like, in some of these neighborhoods, you hit neighborhoods when they're a certain age, and that's when they all need to be painted. And so they'll actually go in there. Usually, like
HOAs are big.
Yeah, you go in there and there's maybe like 5 main models. So they'll literally just figure out the estimate in advance, and they'll have someone go there and they'll write it on there with like a Sharpie on the door knocker in case the customer's not home. And they'll say, this is how much, here's a rough ballpark for painting your house. It's $5,000 or whatever. And they'll put the door and they'll knock, they'll talk to the guy. But then you need someone who can do that. That's the next level.
Yeah.
What I'm looking for is just basic, like, like put a door hanger on, put a yard sign in the neighborhood around. Cause I see some of these, like I was talking about Tribble going into the power washing kind of business. Like their signs are everywhere. I never saw a Tribble yard sign outside of someone's front yard.
I wasn't sure if that was the same company.
Yeah.
I started seeing their pressure washing. When did they start it? Do you know?
Just this season.
Yeah.
So in the spring.
I started seeing them
mm-hmm.
this season when I was doing services.
Yeah. And then I think there's Wow, for some reason got now aggressive. I don't think they have a new owner, but I've seen that around a lot too, where they started putting their yard signs around. But the stuff, nothing I've really ever done outside of my, customers' yards and sometimes at the end of their street or whatever. But it's something I know would be effective. And like they said, the door hangers and things like that, just something that can be that you can kind of hit certain neighborhoods, especially. But I mean, if you guys are going to her anyways, like
we're looking,
putting another door hanger on or something like that, it probably would.
Well, I paid some kids last year to do a little bit.
I didn't know that. For this?
James's nephews, I did it all on Whitmer Lake.
Okay.
It was nothing for this.
Oh, it wasn't pest control.
It was pest control.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just gave them stacks and they would just go hang them out.
Any leads?
No, I didn't even.
Did they put out?
Supposedly like 1,000, but
well, that's the key. Is like
it didn't work for me. Yeah.
So you have to have.
But I don't know. I don't know. The problem is I don't know if they actually put them out.
Right.
They could have just chucked them in the trash. But I didn't get one call off it.
That's what these guys were saying. The other people are doing this. That compliance is important. You gotta.
So you could have them sign into an app and it tracks their movement.
Yeah.
Because I've done that myself when I've done a little door hanger thing, where and then you can see every house they've walked up to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I did it to see what territory I've covered.
Yeah.
Or we could do performance behind it, whatever, $10 an hour to walk, but every one that converts, $50.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
So part of your campaign, I don't think you had high converting door hangers built out.
It could be.
We're building out, especially with the texting, a really dialed incentive structure for.
Yeah.
So it's, hey, they're getting them 35% off their first service is what our discount is.
Yeah.
And that's a lot. Like it feels like a lot.
Well, it feels like a lot, but you guys have the reoccurring thing. That's what I know is MD.
Oh, we can.
Yeah,
you
as
don't even.
Company.
Yeah.
Ours would be like a one-time thing. Yeah. Like,
well, your ticket's higher. You make more upfront. But on the long term, the reoccurring is really, really nice.
No, that's what I mean. It's a different business model. Like, because some of we're owned by premium service brands. They have other home service franchises besides painting, and they have those different models. And the reoccurring ones are like, like they have a maid service or even like handyman is it's not exactly reoccurring, but you get a lot of repeat business there. Painting, we've gotten quite a bit of repeat, but in referral, but not. I mean,
can you pitch it as a maintenance like every 10 years? I mean, I know that's not really reoccurring. Like that's a long time away.
I've heard people do that with decks because decks you pretty much have to redo every 2 or 3 years. I've heard people are doing that with power washing, where you come and you get a reoccurring pressure washing. Like, hey, every spring I'm going to come and I'm going to soft wash your house, and it's a good opportunity for your painting company because then you can say, hey, it looks like it's time to paint.
Can you partner with pressure washers?
I thought about that, but in the back of my head, I'm like, something I could probably do myself if I find someone who could be like a pressure washer. And I've even thought about the efficiencies instead of taking because right now the way we do it is like I've got a crew and they're going to paint 2 houses this week. Let's say it's the next year. Then they go on one day and they pressure wash the houses, and then they go the next day and they start the one house and they go. So it's a kind of efficient. But if I had someone that only did pressure washing, and they keep my painters painting instead of wasting their time pressure washing, I just have one person go and just keep ahead of the horse, so to speak. Because I've got, in the summer, I've got like 7 crews. I just have one person just do nothing but pressure washing.
Do you think pressure washers are discovering painting issues a lot when they pressure wash a house? Yeah,
I think so. Another main referral partner of ours is roofers, because they see it too, because they'll go and they'll, it's time to replace your roof. Chances are you probably need to paint as well. And then they're replacing the gutters, and sometimes there's rotten fascia boards.
Do you have a
underneath.
roofer you really like?
I work with Chelsea Roofing quite a bit.
Oh, okay.
They're really good. Yeah. And I've got a gutter. I got a gutter guy. It's the brothers that just do gutters.
I met him too.
Yeah, you know Greg.
Yeah, he's awesome. I've sent him some referrals.
Yeah, so those guys are both great. Yeah, Jake Bowman is the Chelsea roofing guy.
Yep.
They're really good. I've only in passing met the neighborhood roofing, but I see their signs everywhere. I know they're a big one in the area for neighborhood roofing.
We tried to sit down with them and they ghosted us.
Yeah, I don't know.
I couldn't get a hold of them.
Yeah, he's like, I know Greg works for them as like a subcontractor doing the gutters for their jobs, and so, but I haven't really been able to crack the code on them either. But that's a good referral partner for us, just because we're both outside the house and
we're trying to find somebody we can refer roofing to.
Yeah,
I don't know why he isn't trying. I don't know.
Yeah, I can connect you with Jake over at Chelsea Roofing. But he's. I mean, even though he's based in Chelsea, he does a broader area.
Yeah.
But he's a really good guy, and
I know. I liked him a lot.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But I would love another introduction. Just like let him know which I'm trying to talk to him.
So I have a question.
For this.
It's kind of personal. So I guess it's not really personal. I guess it's a personal question to me. So I
got me.
What?
You got me curious.
No, it's a painting question.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, what are we about?
So I am next year either going to reside my house or paint the siding. The whole goal is to sell this house because we're ready to get a bigger house. What is the price difference from like a normal siding job compared to painting the siding?
What kind of siding?
Just vinyl.
Oh, vinyl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, painting is going to be by far your best option if the siding's in good shape, if you're trying to sell it.
Yeah.
We do a lot of aluminum siding too, because like the factory finish on aluminum siding is awesome, but you get these houses that are like 40, 50 years old.
Yeah.
And people are being told, I've had a lot of customers like really thank me because they get these quotes assuming that you have to reside the house. And I come along and said, well, I can repaint this. It's like, 25% the price of residing it, and that includes like dealing with old chalky aluminum siding. The only problem with aluminum is it gets dented and you can't really fix the dents. But with vinyl, I mean, as long as it's not broken up.
You got some damage, right?
Yeah. Do you do vinyl repair too?
I don't, but I have other people I can, kind of connect you with.
And I mean, obviously you're going to paint this, so I don't care what color they put on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just has to look decent.
So what is the trick? Because obviously vinyl moves.
Mm-hmm.
Like how? What?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like what about in the wintertime when it retracts real bad?
Sometimes you see the seams. If you, my advice is don't go too dark, and you can't anyways with vinyl because there's like vinyl safe paints. Because if you get the black tint in paint, that'll cause like a thermo reaction. It'll actually
That's what I've heard.
Yeah,
Mine's like a light tan. So should I just white tan it again?
Yeah, I would say
a light tan.
I would keep it light, and then it won't be as obvious. But yeah, you're right, because like we just did this house. It was aluminum siding, but they had an addition that was vinyl. We didn't even know about it. Like we thought it was all aluminum. So but you can see
that's a nightmare.
Yeah, so we're dealing with that now. But in the spring anyways. But you can see the expansion areas where you can see that they went from a light color to a really, really dark green, and you could just see the seams. There's not much you could do about that because it's designed to expand and contract. So if you go to a big color change, it's a little challenging to deal with some of that. Yeah.
So can you give me like ballpark price? We're gonna see how good you are. Is it so roughly 1,300 square foot house? And obviously, I'm not gonna hold you to this. Like, are we looking at $2-3 grand or 10 grand?
Are we painting the trim as well, or just the siding?
Yeah.
I'd say the trim
needs some love.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say for how many square feet did you say?
1,350 of the house. Single story.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably in that $7,000-8,000 range, I would guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, is the trim vinyl or is it wood?
Vinyl. It's literally like one solid color.
Oh, okay. Then that actually may be better. Yeah, I was assuming trim would be like a different color.
No.
Yeah, that's going to take a lot longer to paint.
Yeah.
I've done a little bit painting.
And one of the things that we see a lot of customers get lulled in this false sense of security with vinyl sided houses, that for some reason it was real popular in the area to do like rough sawn wood trim.
Oh yeah,
I've seen that a lot.
And that always rots because they're like, I got a vinyl siding, I don't have to worry about painting. And then their trim rots, and it's true, you see it under the.
Is that a cedar trim usually?
Some of it is. Some of it's just rough sawn, kind of like pine or whatever. It's like, the cedar's better because it doesn't rot,
Yeah.
So that is, I mean, it gets weathered and gray and all that stuff, but you'd have to protect it. But yeah, the pine is the worst.
Yeah, pine. Yeah,
Especially bay windows for some reason are always rotting. But so we do a lot of wood replacement for those. But if it's all vinyl.
So when we met, I was doing a handyman business.
Mm-hmm.
I would I had, I don't know, 8 people ask me to do soffit repair for rotting wood. So I'm sure that's a huge.
Yeah, that's one thing. A lot of people don't realize that painting companies can do that too. Is they'll look for a handyman or a carpenter to go and replace all the wood, and then we come in and do the painting. I'm like, oh, we could have done that for you, probably for cheaper, because we were already there anyways.
Oh yeah. But that's I wish I would have referred you out during those. I might have actually sent a couple.
Do you do fascia too, or no?
Yeah,
soffit fascia.
Yeah, so we do that especially with under gutters.
Yeah,
we find that a lot. That's why gutter.
Do you have a huge gutter referral base? Because I bet you could.
Meaning referring gutter people, or
other way around. All the gutter guys, like they're seeing it all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I want to expand that. Right now, it's pretty much Chelsea Roofing and the brothers that just do gutters are the two that I kind of partner with, as from a referral standpoint.
I'm gonna talk to them, brothers that do gutters, because I like the guy.
Yeah, he's great, and they're so special. You're talking about niching. I mean, that's pretty niche. I mean, and they get
that's a franchise, though, ain't it?
Yep. Yeah, and they do. Yeah, the other one I was thinking about expanding into that someone was recommending was line striping. For
parking lots.
Yeah, for parking lots.
See, I haven't seen that everywhere like I have with Christmas. Do you know if a lot of people are doing that here?
I know one, because I know sometimes when I bid jobs for like commercial or whatever, they want to include that. And so I know there's one guy, I don't remember the name of his company, but he's a franchise that does line striping.
Oh, okay.
And that's all they do. It's a total niche thing. But
the
problem with line striping is you need the equipment, and then you need to be able to get the equipment somewhere, store it and get it somewhere. So my goal there would be to partner with someone who already has the equipment and maybe do like a sub, because I do that with my epoxy floors. I got a guy who does all the commercial, he does my commercial stuff, and he kind of like, I don't know, like moonlight's not the right word, but he like does the side jobs for residential repaint for painting companies. So I sub it out to him because he has all the big diamond grinder and all the equipment and all that stuff. And he does an amazing job. And so I just kind of take my cut. Don't make it nearly as much money as I do painting, but it's nice to have someone specialized.
Yeah, cool, I'll let you know if I talk to somebody.
Yeah, that he has a line stripe, and it'd be great because, especially if I'm going to be doing more commercial, because sometimes they'll bundle those.
Commercials, you don't have really residential line striping, right?
No, it's not commercial, but so some I think the money in line striping is probably not new construction. It's probably what you guys have, like it's a reoccurring model.
Yeah.
So they want you to come every couple of years and repaint the lines in the Walmart parking lot. That's the kind of business I think will be awesome to get into.
Yeah, you got to find something reoccurring to get on. There's got to be a way.
Well, that's why I want to partner more with like property managers. And like I said, not necessarily apartment turns, but or do through Bragg, I know they have this one thing they're talking about, commercial real estate, and how that's kind of never quite recovered from COVID. And so, but there's a lot of these buildings that they, the common areas have gone, they let go. And so there's an opportunity to.
This right here is 9,000 6,000 square feet. Yeah. This whole wing is empty.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how we got this.
Wow.
Offices, I don't know. Is
this what you're talking about? How office spaces are like this or empty?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but there's an opportunity to do the common areas, because a lot of these places will have these because they don't have as many tenants. They just they let their common areas go, and so being able to come in and find a niche there and just kind of come in and say, hey, your hallways and your cafeteria or whatever, and. Because residential real estate is, because a lot of people aren't going to the office. A lot of these companies are downsizing, or they'll just they'll buy it themselves instead of leasing. A lot of the bigger companies will just say, I'm not going to lease. I'm just going to buy a building and customize it myself, and have to pay. So it's an interesting times when it comes to that. Yeah, I thought about getting an office too, but just more from a Google standpoint, to have like a physical location in the middle.
I got two places if you want. Yeah, we got the moving company we partnered with out of Brighton. They're gonna drop a pin here to rank better on Google.
Yeah.
He's like a big marketing guy.
Are you in Ann Arbor already?
You're out. Yeah.
So I'm in Dexter. Yeah. And so the way I have it set up is like a service business. I don't have like a physical location, but I think that Google still looks at like my.
I think you have a pin though.
Yeah. Do you want a spot here? It might be.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know what the cost is.
30 to $60 a month is the people that I've talked to.
Okay.
But then you don't actually have to buy an office.
Yeah.
You can do like kind of a virtual office. It'll give you a physical.
I know that Google keeps changing their ways.
So this spot we're using, Space Star Deck Builders, they have 305 stars. They're a big company here. They have their office. It's out of Suite 300, and then it's a room within that suite.
Okay.
They don't actually stay in that room. It's like they'll like rent out that room hourly to anybody else.
If it works with Google, because I know we've had a few different marketing leads for my franchise since I've been there, believe it or not. And one of them was really pushing that idea of getting a physical location. And then the next one came in like, oh no, you don't have to do that. So I don't know if it works or not, but I also heard, because when I set up my Google business profile, they made me do a whole video.
It's a pain.
I had to do that here.
Yeah, we had to show them like, here's the sign, here's like, and in my case, I didn't have it. I'm like, here's the street I'm on, here's the inside of my office. You can see is all my 360 stuff. So my understanding is you have to have a sign out front to have it count.
So you bring signage that looks kind of permanent.
But I literally just did a picture like that. My daughter drew that. I did a different one, but I did one here, showed the office, and then just walked in the front of the building.
So what it ends up being from Google's perspective, you have a room like this, the office like manager that's managing the offices, they will actually just like rent this out hourly to other people. That way they don't have to charge you for you having this office.
Okay.
So you technically have an office.
Yeah.
From Google's standpoint.
Yeah.
So, and I think I'll talk to her Friday, but I can let you know.
Because I did it my first 8 months. I didn't have an address. I did it on my house.
Yeah.
I just did a virtual address. And just
so
my mail goes there.
Yeah.
So he has a PIN.
It's in off Industrial Drive. I'm still trying to get it here.
Yeah.
But it's a physical PIN. From Google's eyes, it's as good as an actual office.
But I just did the camera thing, and all I did was just put paper up.
Interesting. So that's the thing that I was surprised, because like McFarland, like I said, they're based in Livonia. They have like a pin in the middle of like
they do that for SEO.
Yeah, but I'm like, how do they get away with that? It's like literally like when I tried driving by there, I'm like, this is a cemetery. I'm like, how does it get in the middle of a cemetery? So I don't know if they've got like a PO box there. Or what, but.
And you know how I
don't think you can do PO box.
No,
that's exactly the trick. You can't do PO. But I figured all this out because I've been doing cold sales.
Okay.
And I keep driving to their office location.
Interesting.
I'm like, there's 5 people out of this one office and nobody's here. And I'm like, oh, it's all, they use this system.
Well, maybe I'll really talk about that, because that could help, because like that's one of the disadvantages I have, because I live in Dexter.
No, I noticed that too.
I do great in Dexter, Chelsea from a Google ranking standpoint, but in Ann Arbor, even though that's where like, half my jobs are in Ann Arbor, because like we have pretty big territory, but like even half of them are in Ann Arbor. I don't rank as highly as some of the other painting companies because
let's figure it out. No, I'll talk to them Friday, and then I can have them give you a call if you want.
Okay.
They can tell you pricing and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. The key is figuring.
You're talking about
Office Evolution.
Oh.
Or Strive, either way.
He can do it here.
Or here.
It just goes right to the mailbox.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of, I know where I'm at sort of, but I'm trying to remember like geographically if this is, because we have the 2 territories, like
this
I
is
actually
closer to you.
Well, I was going to say, because like, I think like Whitmore Lake is technically like the dead center of our geographic territory, and we're not that far from there, right? Yeah. We're just south of that. So that's could be actually a really good location.
So like I spent $600 on this office. So I have 2 offices. I have one here and then one in the back for all like my chemicals. I want to move to Brighton.
Oh, interesting.
Long term.
Because it's 45 to Jackson, 50 minutes.
Yeah.
45 to Lansing and 45 to Detroit.
Yeah, that's
because I can run 50 technachs.
We can run
out of Brighton.
The goal is 10 million out of 10 million, or even 30. I think we can hit 30 million out of just Brighton as
with
a home
50
base.
technicians.
Yeah,
because you have 3 to 5 million people.
Yeah,
yeah.
And 30% use pest control. So
yeah,
and then we're gonna be dropping pins everywhere because we didn't even know that was important until I sat down with the guy.
Like, I knew it was important, but I didn't think it could be done like to outsmart the Google system. That's the key.
The company, all the franchises, every franchise does this.
Wow. Okay.
Because we're talking to not every franchise apparently. Because you get
Molly Maid did it. We went.
Yeah, Molly Maid.
We tried trucking them down.
College Hunks Moving. They've got like 5.
Oh. Okay.
And we just
Because even if I have multiple ones, that'd be great. Because like I said, since we have 2 territories right now, I've got the Ann Arbor territory, but I would love to have like a pin in Brighton and one out like in the Novi area.
So the trick is though, you need at least 100 5 stars on the profile.
Oh, so I'd have to set up different Google business profiles to do. Okay,
it's under the same
It's a pain in
company.
the
It'll
ass.
split your reviews. Yeah, there might be some kind of pain in the ass.
It does
admin
split the
side.
reviews though.
You have to. Each location has separate reviews.
Because I thought about that when I bought a second territory. I thought about setting up as a separate business because I wanted to do it like 360 painting of Brighton or whatever.
Yeah.
But then that was my stumbling block was like it took me a while to build up enough reviews to get ranked, and I'm like I have to start all over again. And this other one, and then
they might. I don't know if it'll. Because how many do you have right now? You have 100 and so
30, 140.
You might be able to take 30 of those and transfer it to the other profile.
That'd be cool.
But you need at least 100 to be ranking properly, competitively.
Right.
So what the moving company we're partnering with is doing, he's going to run a campaign next summer. He's literally going to shadow all his technicians and collect reviews from every person till he's at 100.
Yeah.
But you're doing enough volume. You should be able to get 100 if you.
Yeah, I just need to be
if you put
more
some effort.
Well, how do you get them?
Right now, I mean, we had a reputation management company where they would like send out an email, to every job we did, kind of a thing. So now it's just like they got rid of that. My franchise company got rid of that. So now
How
it's
long?
on me. What's that?
How long ago did they get rid of that?
Like a year ago, maybe.
I bet you could run an email text campaign and get like 50.
Yeah. Well, right now what I'm doing is after this is where I'm trying to hire an admin, but right now I'm doing it myself. I'm literally like I close a job in my CRM system and I try to send an email out. But I like your idea of doing texting. That's probably even better with a link to our Google business profile.
I can show you how to. If you, I don't know if you would do it through your system, but our system, import contacts, pick the text you want to send, it goes out to everybody.
What system do you guys use?
Go high level.
Okay.
So
system.
We do Google reviews a little differently too. So I use a company, it's called Clicky, and then they have a sister company, it's called Bravo. Okay. So when where's my phone? I'm sure. So when a technician collects on my schedule where it doesn't show nothing. So like when a technician goes into a job, when they clock in, the homeowner gets a text message right away. And in this text message, it asks, and you don't have to do the same 3 things we do. They get a text that says, they ask for a Google review. It explains, let me see if I can.
See, your service works better. It's like our CRM system has that too, but where it says, it has a technician app where you click and say, hey, your so-and-so is on his way. You can even do like where it tracks you with GPS. And then it's like, hey, your technician has arrived.
Yeah.
So the problem is when our technicians are like estimators. So because it does have a feature where you can ask for a review. The problem is we just gave you an estimate. So we're not going to review on that.
Yeah.
But it's not really tied into the way we manage our painters, right? Yeah. Because so that's still kind of a manual.
Do you have a closeout section when the guys close out?
I'd have to do it. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. I do. Yeah.
So what about sending it as a closeout?
I have to see because right now the way it's set up, it only does it with estimates. So ServiceTitan was designed for more of a service like yours. It was designed for an HVAC system where, you didn't have estimates. You basically, the person showed up, they did the job, and at the end, you close out. Ours isn't. That's how it's set up for us. So it doesn't really work as well for our business model, where we do.
So this Clicky Bravo, will hook into ServiceTitan.
Okay.
So I used a system called Field Routes, which is ServiceTitan's sister company.
Okay.
Because ServiceTitan's massive.
Yeah, exactly.
I had to leave
I didn't know that. I didn't know Field Routes was part of ServiceTitan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I went to ServiceTitan and they're like, oh, we already have a specific pest control one. That's why I went there, because all the big players are using it. I had to get out of it because it was triple billing all my customers.
Oh, wow.
So that was a cluster.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Like it.
Yeah.
They triple billed him.
And me. And
CRM. And they were like, no, this isn't a big issue. We just got triple billed by you.
Right. Wow.
That's a problem.
But it gets a Google review. It asks for referrals, and you can tip if they want.
Oh, cool.
So we also, they'll get that text automatically while the technician's talking to them. And then when they're all done, we have them bring up a sheet and it explains everything that's in that text message. And he goes line by line explaining like, hey, we'd love a Google review. He gets, I'd say 50% of the jobs he gets a Google review.
Nice. Yeah, so that's the other thing too, is like I always like to. I think our CRM system does have a thing. Once you close the job, it'll send an automatic email, but I have it turned off because,
Yep.
because like for every 100 5-star reviews, the 1-star review is the one that everyone focuses on. So I like to be able to be like, not that anyone's like upset, but like sometimes you get someone who's like, there's like a cranky person, and like I had one guy gave me a 4-star review. Who gives a 4-star review? That's for some like, I had another guy who was like upset because I somehow like was stupid. I like promised him one crew. I'm like, oh, I got this amazing crew. I'll assign them. I'm gonna have to sign a different crew. They did an amazing job. The guy was super happy. It was like this
he was
$20,000 exterior. He was still griping because we didn't give him our best crew. And I'm like, so
you're not unhappy with the work. You just like,
but my point is, there's always going to be someone out there that's going to they're going to be fixated on something.
Yeah,
I don't want so I only send it to people. Anyone can leave a review if they want, but like I only proactively send requests for reviews to people who I never have.
So with this, when it's being sent, if they don't give a 5-star, it doesn't go to Google.
See, now that's the thing is like remember I mentioned we had a reputation management system. That's how they did it too. Yeah. So they said their own survey. And it's interesting that yours will go directly. It was like a 2-step process. So they send their survey, how do we do? And if they said if they gave us like 5 stars, then they would send them a link to do the Google review. If they didn't, then they would they would send it to us and say, hey, this person's not really set. And then we give us a chance to address it. Yeah. But that was great. But they did away with it for cost savings or whatever. And so now, I'm like, my Google reviews have not really recovered because I'm not on top of sending them out.
Well, you just have everything else to do. So, but you could get another pin and then hammer reviews, get it up to 100 and that might be a really good lead source.
Saying, yeah.
That's this moving company. They're doing 1.4 million. That's what they're doing. And he's like, all I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out this one other problem and more Google pins.
Interesting.
That's my entire 2026 goal.
Interesting.
So your admin wise, who are you trying to get?
So we tried a couple of things. The first year we didn't have an admin because we were just starting out and, we're working ourselves crazy. Second year I guess it was the second year. This year in 2025, we tried a virtual admin out of the Philippines and it just wasn't as successful. Like they're more call center oriented. So I can give her a list of customers to follow up on and she would call them, hey, we did this estimate for you, or hey, try to booking, but she wasn't good at the actual office stuff that I needed her to do, like scheduling and
how much were you paying?
Her I was paying $10 an hour, but she's out of the Philippines. So
I run both. So I have Filipinos. So my dad and I run funeral homes.
Okay.
So I run Filipinos there. My office is out of Mexico.
Like in person, right? Or are you talking about virtual? Okay,
virtual.
Gotcha.
She's $7 an hour. She's pretty good. My one out of Ada, who runs my front office now, she lived in America for 15 years. So she knows the culture. She knows good English, and she's $9 an hour.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, you don't. I've called her when talking to people about it. I'm like, you actually don't know that you're not talking to.
Right. Because our problem was, like we had the accent, and then
I wouldn't want.
There was some, and she was also. So I try to go. So after that experience, I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to give up on VAs because I know some people have had a good experience. So I went to an agency, and they wanted to charge me $20 an hour and then they probably pocket half of that, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. More.
And I'm like, well, I can get someone locally, but that's my plan is to get someone local, but I don't know. It's my plan.
Do you want the Pest Control Millionaire one? I'm the mastermind. They run an agency of Mexicans that lived in America.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because would they do that type of work where like we want them to actually like schedule stuff and
she runs my whole everything.
Okay, billing, if someone's billing and everything. That. Okay.
The trick is
that'd be great.
Finding a VA that you can trust and that's competent. But if you do, it's really high leverage because you're going to save, I don't know, 10 versus 25 an hour.
And everything we do is virtual. So even if we're to hire someone, I don't have an office room to work. Literally have them work from home anyways.
Yeah, that does. I think you just need to find the right VA.
And do it in a way that because like I said, when I go through agencies, they want to charge me $20 an hour. I'm like, well, then I might as well hire a local person and pay them $25 and have them do it.
Oh yeah. Well, the agent,
she's good.
I think you just found a bad agency because our agency, we don't pay anywhere close to that.
$923.
And that includes their fees.
That's everything.
Yeah, hook me up. That's great because I have a guy. It's in my BNI group that's like Focal Point Coaching, and he hooked me up with his guy, and they're the ones who wanted $20 an hour.
Do these guys charge?
I've gone through them too. $300.
Okay, so 300 to get people funneled in, and then you can go through how many?
So let's just say if I call them, be like, "Hey, it sucks," they'll have 4 more in my inbox tomorrow.
Nice.
So I'm going to do that with our strategic partners, because when we text 100,000,
we can't take
I'm
it.
not going to close 1,000 deals. Like I could,
Right.
I have no problem. Like I can certainly do it. I just don't want to.
Yeah.
But so if I can leverage a VA,
Yeah.
and I'm going to pay them commission too.
See, that's smart to kind of like structure their compensation a little bit differently. Yeah.
They'll have to make, like, VAs do not like to be paid commission, from what I hear.
Oh, sorry.
But if typically speaking,
Well,
they just get screwed if
I'm trying to pull her out of the agency because they pay her $6.
Yeah, that's how I found this one VA, because another 360 owner found her through an agency and then kind of pulled her out on her own.
Yeah.
And but then I think they were having her be more of like an internal inside sales kind of role.
Yeah.
But then I took her on. I wanted her to be like more of an admin, like schedule,
so she had the
call
sales,
customers,
but not the admin.
get their colors, send work orders to painters, like that kind of stuff. And that was
that's her.
Oh, that's awesome, because that's what I needed. And that just wasn't her skill set. She was more of a, hey, give me the list of customers to call today, and I'll call and see if I can schedule these.
That's perfect. I need that for this.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, all I need is for them to call, voicemail, text 3 times.
You don't.
Yeah.
They don't understand the culture of Americans.
Oh,
I don't understand jokes.
Yeah.
They don't understand, because they'll be like, what's one thing? They'll be like, oh, what area are you in? They won't have an idea.
Yeah,
Even knows now.
Even now, we have a national call center, and our CRM system records the call. So I was listening, and this one gal was like, she's supposed to be a local person. So the customer would call like, oh, where are you based? In Ann Arbor. Well, Ann Arbor, is that in Michigan? You know, oh yeah, the team, oh, I always wanted to visit there. I'm like, oh my god, this person doesn't get the concept. They're not supposed to like tell people it's not local. And this is America. This is like someone from the Virginia or something like that.
That's gonna be my challenge is gonna be finding the right VAs. I don't expect it to be easy, but if I do, it's gonna be a really affordable way to close these deals.
Well, that's the thing about working through agencies. Like you said, then they can just keep sending you people, and you can.
That's what I'm gonna. And I don't care if I have to interview 100. I will. I don't care.
But they just bill me. I think it's like $950 every 2 weeks.
Nice.
They do everything on her side,
and
dude, she's great.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, no, that would be a great connection, because like we haven't started. Our plan was to do a local like full-time person, but it's tricky because in the wintertime, like I don't need a full-time person. So that if with the VA, we can do it like, hey, you're full-time in the summer, and then basically maybe even full-time through October, but like November through January, you're 20 hours a week, or whatever, and then I'll pay you.
Well, it ended up working out good. So the guy in the Pest Control Millionaire, he doesn't own the agency, but so there's 2 guys. One guy owns the agency, but they both run this Pest Control Millionaire together. But Ada worked for one of the Pest Control Millionaire guys, but it was seasonal. So she got laid off as I was looking for one.
Oh, perfect. Now she was in Mexico, you said?
She was,
because that also really helps. The time zone thing makes a big difference. Yeah, that's huge. Or even close to the same time. It's like the problem with Philippines is like they're opposite. So it'd be the middle of the night. And I think it was working for the other 360 owner because we were sharing her. So like when they did it, they had her in the middle of the day, which was the middle of her nighttime, and that was fine. But then when I came on board, we expanded the hours. Yeah. And I always I call her if it was earlier or later in the window. I can hear like her kids in the background and stuff. Yeah. It wasn't a professional environment. At nighttime it was great because everyone was asleep and she could do what she needed to do. But it was hard.
Yeah, I also got another contact. This should work, but we talked to this guy for a little bit. His whole thing was he does it for cleaning companies, but he does VA sales.
It'd be cool if there was someone who did it specifically for painting or that kind of business, but
well, you should be able
there's gonna be a learning curve for sure for you.
Yeah. Our biggest challenge, my thought was a VA too, is like then they have to learn our CRM system. They have to learn our estimating system. So just the upfront cost of getting them trained is pretty significant in the time. So that's why, like, come hell or high water, I need to have someone that's competent in place before March. That's my goal, because that's when our season takes off.
So you're on
booking, and we're not doing exteriors yet, but we're doing all the home shows, and we're doing.
So that's this March.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I basically have just a few months to get it all locked down. So I was like literally putting together my job description last night, like getting ready to post positions for local people.
Yeah.
But
well,
there's no reason why they have to be a local person. To your point, you just want them to understand the culture and not like volunteer the fact that they're not local. They don't have to say that they're local, but just don't say, "Oh, Michigan, that's beautiful. I hear it's nice up there." It doesn't really help me.
But it's crazy until you talk to somebody that doesn't understand the culture. Like they don't even get our same jokes.
Yeah.
No.
Like a homeowner tell a joke. Like I've heard it, and they're like, "I don't get it." Like on the phone, I'm like,
"Yeah,
no, like laugh something."
Yeah.
Like they didn't even think it was funny, like at all.
Yeah.
It's something you and I'd be cracking up about, and they're like,
well, but it's the same. If we were making calls in the Philippines, it'd be the same sort of like, we wouldn't understand cultural things, our English, or our or whatever. Like, what do they speak?
Filipino.
Our Filipino would be terrible.
Well, that's the thing is like in the Philippines, it was like everyone pretty much speaks English, but it's just not. It was like with a heavy accent, and then like this lady had more like a British English like kind of thing going, like not the accent, but she was more formal and stiff, and I don't know if that's the way they train them or whatever for call center, because a lot of people in the Philippines were trained for call centers right in the US, and then now they're doing the VA thing, but it's like a different skill set. It's different. You got to be be more personable in our business than if you're like a call center for a hotel or something like that.
So I didn't realize how big the VAs were until we started doing outreach to every big company in the area. Probably at least half, or every single one I call is a VA.
Is that right?
Yep.
Or AI.
Yeah,
AI is bad.
I almost went with an AI company. I did go with an AI company. It was a disaster, so I kind of cut loose. But it was it was exactly like you said. It was like they had a phone system, but it was too creepy. So I only
who was it?
Admitify.
Okay.
So they were going to be doing texting, but it ended up falling apart because they basically sold me a bill of goods that some other 360 owner went with them and was raving about them. So I'm like, okay, I'm all in.
Oh, okay.
Because it was going to replace me having this admin, right? So because our system doesn't, in our call, we have a national call center I have to pay for anyways, part of my franchise. They were supposed to, they do all the calls, but they don't do any texting. So it was going to do all this texting for us. The problem was they didn't have the back-end integration with ServiceTitan that they claimed that they did. And so they ended up being like a nightmare and didn't end up working out. They're like, well, we're going to get there in the next couple of months. I'm like, I'm paying you, I don't remember how much I was paying them per month. And I'm like, I'm paying you to figure this out. But meanwhile, they're just basically overselling themselves to a few franchise owners like myself to get their foot in the door for the bigger franchise, and they were going to make it happen, but that didn't work out. So I know
mine was the same thing.
Yeah.
So we had a free cleaning inspection booked with Molly Maid.
Mm-hmm.
I could tell it was through an AI bot. They didn't show up.
Yeah.
I was just like,
well, that was the other thing too, that you have to
said you were going to show up.
Yeah, to work, it's got to be enabling automatic scheduling. Like they didn't have that integration. So the AI bot was like, okay, you want to come at you want us to come at 3:00 on Thursday? Okay,
good, we'll be there.
And nothing would happen because they didn't have back end integration. AI customers were like, hey, you said you're going to be here.
Yeah, I'm like, you didn't show up, and it was like, oh, we'll forward it to our team, and they'll reach out. Nobody reached out. Yeah. So I call them like 3 times. I hit the VA call center, so I never got a hold of them. It would be terrible, but in 5 years, it will replace all.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because if it was if it could integrate and do all the scheduling and routing, it would actually be really effective.
Yeah.
So it's getting there.
No, I just got to teach a robot to paint. And I'll be else. No, I'm just kidding.
Have you seen
like 15 years?
Have you seen the Optimus bots from Elon Musk? They're already he's building a humanoid bot production factory. He's trying to have it produce 1 million units a year, like 1 million. He says it's going to be the biggest product ever.
Yeah.
Like bigger than cars. Because everyone will want it, especially when it comes to, like, what if you had 20 of them and they're 20 grand a piece and they paint better than a normal person and they show up every day?
Yeah.
Like,
that'd be interesting. So yeah, the technology is going to be here sooner.
Eventually. That's a little further off than some of the admin side and stuff. But
so what's your phone number? I'll share.
So what do you guys do with your podcast? It's like, how do you used to promote the business and
that and a lot of fun. But
mostly just
the full reason we did it is to be able to get intimate with other business owners.
Yeah.
So if we contact people and be like, hey, do you want to get some coffee? People are gonna be like, no.
Right.
Hey, do you want to do a podcast? Oh, I love podcasts.
We're gonna get a lot of our partners that are all growing really aggressively. We're gonna get on and just share all the secrets that we're doing, that they're doing.
like the pin trick, the virtual office trick.
And then those insights. Yeah, well, for what it's worth, I'm only here because I like Ben. So, meaning I didn't even know that there's a podcast. Is what I meant. Yeah.
I didn't say anything about the podcast.
No, well, I didn't think we were doing a podcast.
Ben's just like, hey, you want to come by? I'm like, all right, it's Ben. I like Ben.
I did his mailbox.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, we met. I was doing somebody else's mailbox.
If we met when you were a handyman, and I was doing a job, and you were doing a mailbox, and for like. Maybe it was the same. No, it was the next door neighbor or something.
No, it was on the same property.
It was the same property. Okay.
It was, a 4-unit.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, you doing mailboxes now? Right? So I'm like, my mailbox could use some.
I think I went like a day and a half later and did it.
Yeah, it's like awesome. Yeah, I got to stain it next year. I got to let it weather or whatever. But yeah, I had put in one of those metal mailboxes, and then my wife backed over.
Yeah, it was just like
so. It was all janky.
It was surprisingly held together with just duct tape.
Yeah,
the entire thing was like flat.
Well, then I had to tie it. Yeah, so it was bent over, so I had to tie it to her hitch or whatever to bend it back, and then I had to duct tape around it to keep it from flopping over because it was getting loose. The wind would blow it and be like at a 45-degree angle. The mail people don't like that. So
no, they do not.
So I had some. I got the most aggressive like duct tape, gorilla duct tape stuff I could find. I'm like wrapped it, but it was a little bit.
So I got that replaced, and then I'm like, come by the office, talk to meet Nick, talk to Honorable Pest Control. Maybe we can make some deals happen, or worst case scenario, just we can all connect.
Yeah, for sure.
So, did you talk about the mixer?
We're doing an invite-only mixer.
Okay.
January 15th, 500K and above revenue.
So we're trying to only get businesses that, not necessarily that want to just do the texting, but want to grow.
Yeah.
And probably 90% is people that have a giant list that are going to be in the group.
Right.
A lot of them will be our partners that we've done the texting with.
I always look at that like when I'm bringing to the table when I'm doing like referral partners is like, I spend a lot of money getting leads, and I'm in a lot of people's homes. So that gives me an opportunity, if like you're a grout guy or you're this guy, and like it's an opportunity for me to be like a salesperson for them and get their name, and that's just me physically being in homes, or not just me, but my salespeople. But I hadn't even taken it to the next level of like, leveraging lists and texting and whatever. But
the texting is.
So the guys that we're learning this from, they're getting a 5% conversion. We're going at it to try to get a 2. Mm-hmm. No, we're just being honest,
modest with it. Mm-hmm. It might not. It's not going to be the same if you text say 20,000 because you're probably more niche than pest control. 30% of people use pest control, but your ticket's way higher.
Yeah,
you're talking $5,000,
I don't know
right?
as much a niche. It's sort of like what they always say about advertising. You never notice like ads for like tires until you're in the market for a tire. So you had to always be out there. It's kind of the same thing with painting. Like everyone needs painting at some point.
Well, that's true.
It is not always in the market at the time.
Well, that's where we're excited to do it.
Yeah. So not to cut this short, but I got a call in like 5 minutes. What's what are our next steps?
I'll talk to you. Yeah, I'll talk to you.
Yeah, we can talk about it offline. Yeah.
Thanks for coming on. We're wrapping up the honorable part of the podcast. Sorry. No, sorry.
I mean, you can take the next couple minutes. I don't mean to like shut it down right now, but I just wanted to let you know I got 3 o'clock.
No, that's perfect. Let's wrap up the podcast. Cool. Yeah. Thanks for coming on, Phil.
Sure. Thanks, Ben. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Nice meeting you. Yeah, I appreciate you having me on.